to Str8Up Podcast, where we aim to connect international artists with regionally based musicians and entrepreneurs. Today, we got 3 special guests in the building. They just released a song called Grateful. One of the hottest songs out right now. Is amazing. I can't say enough about it. So we got Awestyne, we got Ikomboy, and we got Boye in the building today, man. What's going on? How y'all feel?
I know.
Yeah. So that's before we get into anything else, right? Let's jump into the song, and then we'll get into everything else. Let's jump into how did this song come about?
Should I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So he made the mistake of coming to the home studio with his guitar.
That's true.
He made the mistake because we're always active, you know. We're music boys, and our life is music 24/7. It's just a way of life for us. So we're always on, always switched on. So he made the mistake of coming with his guitar. He's a jazz instrumentalist, but he's a jazz musician actually.
Okay.
And so he's coming with his guitar. I'm just looking at him like this guy has made the biggest mistake of his life. So he walks in with the guitar, and I just plug it up. And then I put a thing,
Right.
And I go, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. And it starts playing, just riffing. It just came together.
Right.
Like the best songs, they always happen
organically.
Like and very fast,
Yeah.
It wasn't up to. We didn't make the song in over 2 hours. It was less than 2 hours.
Really? Oh, so all 3 of y'all was in the studio at the same time.
At the same time.
Dang. Okay.
And the funny thing is, we were like, each person's verse was just natural.
Yeah.
We were all talking about the same thing.
It was random.
So it wasn't like, what do you want to talk about? What's the topipic? It was.
You already know what's going on. Yeah.
I'm talking about from like production, recording, mixing, mastering, 2 hours. The entire
That's
time.
crazy.
Yeah.
The energy was just right.
It was like spot on. I started the whole thing. He started. He had the mindset. He knew what the music should be about.
Right.
So that was easy for us to really just chip in.
Right.
And I remember him trying to record on a high voice. I'm like, no, man, no. I need your low. I need that low voice.
Right.
Must be praised. He killed it.
He killed it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always singing on high registers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Your vocal range is amazing too, by the way. Just to let you know, man.
It was like, dude, keep it on the low. He dropped the low ball. We said, no, this is just going to kill it.
Yeah.
And then we had to just quickly,
I think the song just had its own vibe.
Yeah. It's organic and it just happened. It's happened.
It's one of those things, like I always say to anyone really, the best songs are the ones that just, they don't take time.
Right.
I feel like the longer the song, the more you have to work for a song,
the more you got to push it.
Yeah.
Right.
So one of the signals of good music, or the song is just right. It's just how fast
flows.
it happens.
Right.
That's a good way to put it.
Now it's amazing, man. The concept is amazing. The beats is amazing. The voices. Everything.
Ikomboy.
Yeah. Man, I mean, listen. When I was listening to it, when I first heard it, I was like, that's something that's a smash. It's a radio banger. Is I can just envision that in the club or in a night spot or whatever. Man, I can just hear it. And it's a positive, uplifting song at that.
Absolutely.
So which you really don't hear a lot about in those type of environments. So
that's true.
Very unique song, very switched on, and I think it's needed right now because especially what's going on with COVID.
I mean, it's very easy to feel down and unfortunate and why is everything happening? But when you really sit down and think about life, you can't help but be grateful, man.
Right.
How many people died during this pandemic and stuff. Like some
was
of
that
us,
part of the inspiration?
Yeah, obviously, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us we have family. If not all of us here, we have family all around the world. And fortunately for us, we didn't lose anybody.
Right.
We're talking a different story. So I feel like music has to be not just what you think people want to hear, but sometimes just what has to be said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Need to be said.
What needs to be said.
Yes.
I feel like as artists we have a duty and an obligation.
And one of the things that makes this thing magical was obviously because of the pandemic, neither of us had the opportunity of seeing each other. So it was like immediately we came together, boom.
Right.
That's what happens.
The chemistry was just there.
It's always been there. So it was one of the things that really pushed us to say, you know what, we're actually grateful that we came out of the pandemic and we're here and everyone is life is coming back to normal and all of that. So, I mean, it was being grateful was the only thing that we could have said. You know,
like what else would you sing about in a time like this? Shaking your bone. Like,
yeah.
What you want to sing about?
Yeah,
like
you know, for me, they really pushed me out of my comfort zone.
Right. That's so true.
And I'm grateful, you know, because normally on my
Pun
own,
intended.
I would never really think I will be part of this kind of project.
Right.
Okay, that's one. But number two is they've said it all, COVID and all the challenges, everything. You know, not to get political and all that, but in general, all around the world, oh man, we need some positivity. Right. It's not just you want to club bang, you want to have fun, we want to jump, hype and all, but we still need some positive energy, you know, some hope.
Right.
Some hope. That's
the best word to put it.
Yeah. Some hope.
That's the theme of the music.
Yeah.
You know?
Hope. And we are in a zone where somehow we've been kept, you know,
safe and everything.
Safe,
like thanks to the government, you know, and all that. They're doing their thing, and it's working for us.
You look at places like Canada, they're still in lockdown, absolute lockdown.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of places that's struggling in the world today just due to, you know, COVID, and which messes up a lot of other things. Like, you know, not only, you know, do we face COVID, we face economic issues.
Exactly.
We face, you know, all of these things, and we're blessed to live in a country that
one voice, you know, and we all follow, you know, there's one voice, unity, and we all follow. It's different, right? It's able to help us to channel ourselves in such a way that we are disciplined enough to come out of this, which is not found anywhere in the world.
Absolutely. No.
Yeah. So you guys showcased a lot of diversity on that song. You know, have you worked together before on a?
I mean, not on. I think Jones and I have worked more together.
Yeah.
As opposed to with Boye, but with Boye, I think we've just done like a lot of live performances. We would jam and do all of that, but on one song, no.
So the first time I met Boye was at our performance at Evolution Studios. And I was like, who does this guitarist think he is, man? Who is this guy?
Merci beaucoup.
And as fate would have it, one day he walks into the studio and he goes, he was True. Was it True?
It wasn't.
Jean. There's a mutual friend of ours called Jean. All right. See, they are more studio guys. I'm more like
the live performance.
Right. So, but thanks to the pandemic again, you know, I've been writing a lot.
Right.
And then people started telling me, dude, you need to record. So apparently I decided, okay, let me fiddle with it. I mean, I'm not a pro. I just fiddle with it.
Right.
And then I recorded a couple of stuffs. And it sounding nice and all. And then I was like, I need somebody to mix and master it and all that. And that led me to him. Okay, Jean, I met Jean. Jean told me, dude, you don't need a what do they call that thing? AI mastering.
I don't know what that
is.
You need a live person.
You need somebody that can actually hear you.
Right.
And he said, there's only one guy I could tell you.
Yeah.
Ikomboy. He mentioned Ikomboy. I'm thinking, Ikomboy. I know him.
It's amazing.
At that point, that's how we started working.
The connectivity was just natural. Obviously, Awestyne is my bro.
Yeah.
Like, from day one, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just something that was just meant to happen, you know what I mean? So it just worked, bro.
Gotcha. So how long have each of you been in the UAE? Let's start with Boye. How long have you been here? And where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria. I've been in the UAE 9 years.
9 years?
Now.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
9 years plus now. And I've been playing music all along, you know, up and down. Live performances, hotel gigs, play jazz here and doing that, but never recorded.
Right.
Never recorded.
So this is the first time on.
Actually, this is the first time collaboration. No, I've done a lot of work for musicians. You know, I've
songwriting.
Songwrite for people. I've played on people's track. I've helped people with their production. But personally, I've never really done anything for myself.
Right.
I've written for myself, but never thought I was gonna do anything with it.
Right.
So now these guys are making me to really, they're pushing me also, and now I'm doing that now, and the Superman is right here.
Yeah. What about yourself, Econ?
10 years.
10 years.
I thought I'm older than you.
I was listening to you talk all this while. Yeah. I was listening. Every time he talks, he goes, I've been here for 9 years. I'm just like, huh?
Yeah.
I thought I was the oldest. And they keep calm.
Yeah. I was actually here since, might be a little over 10 years, because I used to go to Nigeria and come back. Sometimes I spent 1 whole year in Nigeria and sometimes 6 months. But give or take 10 years.
Right.
I came here for my studies. Mm-hmm. I finished from SAE University. Actually.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, and I got signed before I left SAE to a record label that was based in the UK but operated in Dubai. And I joined this little group called SOS Music. I don't know. We were a thing around here for a while.
Yeah. Until we opened up at F1 and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to open for a lot of international artists, Wiz Khalifa and the likes of them. But then 2017, we went a separate way. I went back to Nigeria, came back, and when you leave a record label, it's self like, man, what do I do now?
Right.
Now you're on your own. Like, what do? You gotta, do you give up on the music? Do you soldier on? But at the end of the day, I'm a musician first. This is who God made me to be. So you can't separate yourself from yourself. You know what I mean? So we've just been doing the same thing, and that's what's happening. So I'll leave it to Awestyne right now.
Okay, so I've been here for like 8 years now. So they're like older.
Yeah.
all of that. So I've been here for 8 years, and I actually moved here career-wise because I do designs and into social media advertising. Right. But then music has always been number one.
Right.
You could tap me up middle of the night, go to the studio. I'm good. I'm coming. I don't mind. But I moved here, and then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna let my music career just hang low. So, and being in Dubai actually gives you the opportunity to do things because there's always a platform somewhere or the other.
Right.
So my first single I released here, that was in 2018, and then second single as well in 2019, and then and I think I met Jones, I think it was 2014.
Must have been 2015.
2015, yes.
SOS,
yes, 2015. And funny story is, he walks into the room. Hey, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I think I was working with some other guy in the studio, and he says, oh, I like your voice. Yeah, we need to do something. I'm like, okay, man. That's how it's been. And since then till now, I mean, it's been a good journey so far. The ups and downs make the journey worth it.
Those peaks and valleys, highs and lows,
Absolutely.
They're going through the motion. We just had a guest earlier today, and we were just talking about, how in order to be successful in business, man, you have to go through those emotions. You have to feel every emotion in order to kind of know when you reach a level of like, this is where I need to be, this is where I want to be, this is where I want to go.
I always say there's a process. You can't overlook the process. If there's a process to setting up the microphone, someone has to bring it out from the box. That's the process. You can't just sit down, start talking, and expect your voice to be amplified. No, there's a process to it.
Right. No, definitely. So, any more collaborations between you guys in the future? Are we? Or it's too early to say right now?
No, man, trust me.
Should we?
Sound like y'all got stuff in the bag right now.
Let's just say it right now. Let's just say it.
No, we definitely got a couple of songs lined up already. They're just waiting to be released. You know what I mean?
But gotcha.
Obviously, you need to be strategic.
If
we start releasing everything at the same time, they might mistake us for a group. You know
Trust me.
At the end of the day, we just I don't want another.
And it's interesting how each of us, our projects are literally lined up. So we're like, I don't know how.
I guess it's like when you're working together with a group of people, you feed off each other's energy.
Right.
You help each other. So definitely.
Right.
I've been speaking to Boye as well. I really want him to do some writing for me, just because I want to see what it's like from his perspective.
Right.
I think it's important for artists to collaborate in that manner as well. Like, okay, let me experience music for him, because he's a jazz instrumentalist, a jazz singer, and I've always loved jazz. You know what I mean? So I feel like I have the voice for it, but I might not have the jazz experience for it.
Right.
So in the near future, you will see me on a couple of.
We're gonna do that. I'm writing for all of them.
Yeah.
I'm writing for them. I promise them first then you, then Ennio Kosu. And just a lot of stuff going on.
And the thing about Boye is he's a folk writer. So like coming from the traditional Nigerian type of music where they tell stories with music, So he's hard. Trust me.
You're making my head swell now. I love to do things like that from my background, being that my family have a culture. Music is great, but you must have a certain specific message at any time.
Right.
This is how I grew up, you know. So it's very hard for me to deviate. As a matter of fact, when I came to this country, I was gracious to be able to play in a lot of great bands. But all of a sudden, the music in that band got watered down. And you know what I had to do? It was no longer fun for me.
Right.
Because it was fun for me to see being challenged. You know, if as an individual musician, you should be challenged as well. You know, you're growing.
Right.
Okay. When music comes to the point where it's no longer challenging, you don't want to learn the next step. Okay. Right. You're just complicit where you are right now, and you're sitting down with it.
Right. I mean, it's not just for jazz. If you look at someone like Drake, for example, you will see that every now and then, like he has a whole Afrobeat album. He took some time. He went to Nigeria and Burna Boy wrote a whole album for him. And then he went to the UK and man them done this, man them done that for a while. That was Drake. So you need to another way to put it is reinvent yourself. You know.
Absolutely,
it's very important.
It's totally important for me as an individual first. So when I got this chance to collaborate with his amazing geniuses, it was crazy. I mean, I'm playing the song again and again. I'm like, man, that sounds like that. It's like, that sounds like that. Sincerely, it was more like intriguing for me because I'm coming from a total different perspective.
Absolutely, but that's what it's about.
Can I talk about my stuff? No. Okay, Carlos, don't worry. After.
You can go as deep as you want, man. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
at least from my perspective, you know.
I guess we all have tracks coming out. Very soon, but I feel like we should just
keep it on the low. Don't worry. I got
and be grateful.
And just be grateful. You know what I mean? You know them ones.
Me too. I'm grateful.
My God.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So going into let's go into like individual you know, not necessarily into the future stuff, just going back in the past. So how many instruments do you play?
I play a couple.
Couple?
Yeah.
10?
Guitar is my number one instrument.
Yeah.
I play the saxophone.
Right. Some keys,
Some keys, of course. Yeah. Some keys, bass. Anything I can really lay my hands on.
Right.
Yeah. But at least maybe around 5 or 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Ecom.
Yeah, these guys.
I know, man. I see it.
But I'm not crazy. I just, you know, I can play some instruments. Yeah,
sorry. You know what? He keeps being humble like this. And he just comes to my car, finds a guitar, and start vibing. And I'm driving, and I'm like, dude.
Well, why don't you say, you know this
I never say this thing. Yes. But I have to say, I'm like, dude. And you got me playing, dude. You know, that's exactly how I feel when it's just back there playing.
Obviously, you grow up in Nigeria, you go to church, you go into all these places, you run into a couple of instruments, you have to play one, you know. We start with drums for me, and then piano, and then you know, guitar. I don't play guitar like him, but you know, I can play it. I can touch the bass, you know. Right.
You can get your idea out.
Yeah. That's all I need to do, you know what I mean?
You see, I don't know. The only instrument I play is the vocals.
Okay, but that's important. That's one of the most important. You know,
so y'all can do all your
the message gets across, and the thing, and you know, the vibe is the music, like the instruments. Yeah. You know, the message that you're trying to convey comes across in the words.
He has probably, and I've told him this several times. Probably just like the best natural voice of
life. For sure.
It's not just the texture, the range.
Gassing.
How you can bro, I'm telling you how you can go from there to there.
Yeah.
You'll stop somewhere, he'll go. Yeah. And then when you go up, he'll stop somewhere, but he'll go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's his thing. He don't need to play no instruments, bro.
I mean,
the voice is the instrument.
It's interesting he said that because when I wanted to learn the piano, and I wanted to learn with my friends, and they were like, no, you can't learn anything. I was like, why? You already have a voice. We have nothing. Yeah. So you go with the voice. And I mean, I was like, no, but guys, put me through. They're like, hell no. So touch piano or no. So I just stuck to it.
Trying to put everybody out of a job, man, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I don't like guys like you.
So describe your songwriting process. I know each of you guys probably approach it from a different angle, right? So let's start off with you first, Austin.
So if we're going to talk based off this project, I mean, his craziness here was like I'm hearing something, and I was like, okay, what are you hearing? Immediately he heard it, and the beat dropped. There's something we always say when we see something cool, be like, must be nice. So for me, I was like, must be nice. You know what it is? So that was it. So I was like, must be nice, you know?
Must be
so that
nice.
was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, this must be nice, you know? And then the other words just started coming. And like he said, if the vibe is right, the words follow easily. You know, that's
because we believe that the word is in the vibe. The word, I know people use that word vibe a lot, but when we say vibe, we mean like inspiration and melody, you know what I mean?
Right.
Our song, I don't know about him, but our songwriting process is very similar, where it starts with a melody. And then you start hearing the words, must be nice, and then you gotta wait for the next word to come. So why we appreciate this song is how quickly the melodies came and the words came. Because sometimes you get the melody, but you don't get the word for a while. You know what I mean? And it just worked. So that's pretty much for me the same thing. It's like, you know.
For me, it's totally much different. For me, it's an idea.
How did you write on Grateful though? You were in the studio, you can't lie.
No, see, the point is this. The point is this. I had to feed off the energy that, okay, I mean, this guy is already putting me on the spot.
Right.
Yeah? Okay, we played the guitar. All right, guitar was okay. I was flowing. He gave me the idea, actually. Maybe he doesn't remember. No, I want you to play this. Do. Can you play this? And I played it. And that was how. So it did that. Then they put me on the spot like, okay, boy, you're singing. I'm like, okay, I have to sing to this same thing? What is the message? Then I'm thinking on the message. Then he came up. We both, you know, it's crazy, right? He's talking. I'm the nearest to him because we're recording. He's over there just chilling with something on his hand or something like that. And he's telling me, boy, you're going to be doing this with me. But he's coming up with this vibe. Must be now. And I'm like, dang, what am I going to do? So it was so on the spot. And I think I did something like, I just hummed a couple of stuff.
He hummed it.
Then I say, now give me what I hummed. And let me sit down and let me write it. So after I hummed it, I sat down a little bit backwards. Then I put words into it. Then I did it again. You know, so they are very super duper spontaneous.
Interestingly, Jones does the same thing too. Sometimes he'll just like. I know we did the hook how many times? Like so many times.
Should I tell you the truth? We're done. We finished up the song on the day of release when I was about to send it to you.
Oh, really?
I said, Austin, this is not the hook for this song.
Do you realize that? That we did. The final hook was done with me and you sitting down.
You came to the studio. I was like, bro, this is not the hook for this song. I know we finished the song. But this is not the hook for this song. Austin goes, what do you mean?
I'm like, wait. You know, like,
I'm hearing something
once
else.
you listen, you play the song, you're like, you're activated. And I'm like, what do you mean this is not the hook?
I go, bro, I'm hearing something else. He goes like that. Austin goes like,
okay, whatever.
Let me hear. And Boye. No, Austin was Boye was
okay, you know what happened was, I came by the studio. Okay, I just came by. It was myself and him alone. And then he kept playing the song all over again. And he kept saying things like,
it was Boye.
This hook, I'm confused, like this hook. I'm like, what's happening with
I woke up very upset.
This
like,
hook.
I woke up angry.
Then he was telling me, boy, I gotta change this hook. And so many people won't be happy. I'm like, okay, what you gotta do, man? And all of a sudden, microphone. It sounds like a hook.
That's exactly what I said.
I'm saying everything. I still see.
When he said, Austin, this is not the hook, a few hours later, he sends the song. I'm like, I don't like this. I love it. I was like,
I'm sitting down there. It sounds like a hook. You see? Can you hear it now? It sounds like a hook. I'm like, yeah, it does sound like a hook.
That's actually what happened.
That was exactly how it came. So right there, it changed the hook of the song and turned the song around without us.
The day of the release,
without us even having to do anything further. And then he did his magic on the song. Not to blow his trumpet, the guy is amazing.
Right. No, he is.
I'm telling you, he just killed it. And I was there. I mean, I was not offended.
Right.
I couldn't do anything.
Right.
I came all the way to the studio to do some work with him. But
But the vibe said no.
About 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
I sat down there with him. Then he just said, "Okay, bro, don't be angry. I will touch your song after."
Right.
I said, "Okay."
I sent it to you.
Yeah, he did. Which he did. He did.
So Ikomboy, I heard you a lot of collaborations that you've had with other artists, man. And one thing I'm hearing from these gentlemen here is, you know, the way you orchestrate a song to come to life. You know, everybody has their position. Everybody, you know, is a leader in their own right. But what I'm hearing is, you know, the orchestration part of it. You know something is right when something is wrong, something needs to be changed. And, you know, to be honest with you, I send the song out to a couple people from my side. And one of the things I'm hearing constantly is like how catchy it is. You know, they find themselves, even the energy part, you know, when you first, you know, energy.
Yeah,
like just that right alone, just like, you know, I find myself throughout the day just saying that myself as well as other people. And then you hear the catchiness of it, you know?
When you go on TikTok, usually the songs, the parts that people use, it's not usually inside the song, it's like from the intro.
Right.
I mean? So,
because you got that first 15 seconds, 30 seconds, catch it.
The first 15 seconds. Energy. You can make a meme to that. What you call it? A vine.
Vine, yeah.
You can do something with that. But that's my part.
Yeah.
When I walk in the studio, I don't know. I just know how a song should be structured, and anyone who trusts me with that usually find that the song comes out dope.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my area of confidence. That's why I'm okay. Don't worry, I got this. That's
right.
You know, I also know how to let artists flow and how to bring out the best in them. Like, do your thing, but it fits in this part of a song. Right. And I'm happy that these guys, you know, have trusted me with
Absolutely. I mean, I'm very, very, very fussy about people that work with me.
Right.
Like, super duper. You know, when we're talking on the phone, he was telling me, "Okay, bro, this." I said, "Wait, let's meet first."
Yeah.
Right.
I've heard it all before.
Yeah, I said, let's meet first. You hear the song, I hear your production. We see what we can do with each other. But it killed it all. I mean,
did it come out the way that you expected it? Or?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It came...
Pretty satisfied.
Exactly. I'm satisfied.
Right,
As a matter of fact, though we had to do about 3 takes, but it wasn't about him. Okay, it was just about things I felt, okay, can you help me to adjust this? And you know one thing about it, I'm doing this a while.
Right.
You know, writing and trying to maybe see producers that could see things from my perspective.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, this is the first guy. All right. If he can't understand something which you have done, it will not try to. Ego doesn't comment.
Right.
His ego, he takes away the ego, and he tells you, "Bro, what you have done is amazing. I like it, but I don't. Can you explain it to me? I don't understand it."
No, that's true.
Okay, so I was just talking about you know, my guys here, and I was like, Berto, you know, I don't work with artists who are not top class. And I want you guys to just look out for Awestyne. So we're working on this project right now. Most amazing voice I heard on an artist in a while. You know, I mean, just you cannot duplicate his voice.
Right,
I mean?
hands down.
Just amazing.
Yep.
And obviously, Boye is a legend, local legend here, man. He's got his own stuff coming out as well. Look out for these guys, man. You know what I mean? And I want to talk about my stuff as well. It's called APSTL, Bangers and Prayers. You know, because I want to make songs nowadays that, you know, just uplift people.
Right.
And give them something to think about and make them happy. That's what I'm about right now.
Right.
I mean, so you can count on good music, man.
I know. Like I said before, man, I've never heard anything whack, you know? I never heard anything that I got to question twice, you know what I mean? Like, because, you know, a lot of songs you got to rewind and you got to be like, do I actually like this song? Do I not like this song? How was my... Never had to do that. I'm like, listen, literally, I press play. I'm like, this is a banger.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a banger. And I've seen you perform live a couple times as well, man. And it's the vocal range. He's not lying, man. It's crazy. It's
powerful.
It's crazy, man.
Powerhouse.
So, do you have any new music coming out as well?
Yes. So like Jones said, you know the funny thing, and Boye also said it's not many producers you meet that bring out.
The best thing you know.
I don't know why you don't want us to talk about him.
No, but don't do it too much.
So basically, I'm also working on my EP. It's titled "The Distinguished Gentleman," and basically, I know a lot of us have heard different things about love, relationship, and all of that, if it's existent, but I want to bring the storytelling back into that. It may not be your typical Afro beat, because I was brought up on R&B.
Right.
You know, so I'm bringing that into the Afro beats.
I told him to sway away from Afro beats for beat.
You know, because for me, I want to tell a story with my voice, and Afro beats would limit that. Because you can't do so much with your vocal range and everything with Afrobeat, you know. So, but if you're gonna tell a story, you know, you have to do it in a different way. So that's basically it. So, distinguished gentlemen in the works.
For the big girl, you know that
one. It's in the works. So yeah, and he's gonna be on it. I think there are a few songs that I'm featuring him on also. And Boye is kind enough to be writing me something on there. So, I mean, it's going to be beautiful, you know. We even have artists that wants to come from Sweden and Slovakia to come and be on.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Gives that international feel.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Boy, what do you got going on?
I've got a single out, which is titled Oblivion.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. So Oblivion, it's man, it's an honest song. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
so we really love the song. Everyone loves the song.
They made the song feel special to me. I wrote the song in 5 just on a normal day, jam session night, and I thank God that some people were there that saw us writing the song. And now he made it sound amazing. Not to talk about you.
That song, he's being too modest about it. That song. And for me, if I hear a song the first time, if I don't remember it immediately, forget that. But immediately I heard it. Remember?
Send it to Berto, bro.
I'm definitely.
I'm definitely going to tap in.
These are the contact I was talking. See, I'm new in this. This is not my strong suit at all. I'm dependent on these guys to lead the way, and I follow. Okay, so today I was working on something else. He told me literally yesterday, right? And
I just let him know, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come in. That's what I told him. I said I'm gonna find a way to just come in. Okay, and now he never fails. Jesus never.
Come on.
He fails sometimes. This dude fails sometimes. To be fair, all right. Anyways, back to Oblivion. Oblivion is a story of he calls it a story of love. It is love. There's love in it, but it's a story of two world. I was talking about somebody in the sun and somebody in the rain.
Right.
Okay. In this case, I was telling the sun. It's the painful part, while the rain is the peace part. So I'm asking, why are you not stretching out your hand from the rain and helping me from the sun? Something like that. So that's what they're talking. Do you remember me standing in the sun, watching you dancing in the rain? You know, something like that, Stretching out my hands. Why won't you dance with me? Why won't you walk with me? So that's the song, So I'm definitely going to send to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I'm tapping in. I'm tapping
please, in. It's my boy, man.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah. To be fair, I have to tell you guys this. You see, I won't know what to do. To be fair, I have the song, but I won't know what's the next step.
It's all right. You'll learn, bro. You're right, bro.
Yeah, we got you. We got you covered, man.
Thank
we got
you guys.
covered.
Appreciate it.
So, is there any advice that you would give to anyone that's watching this? Anybody that kind of, because I'm sure once people hear the song, once they see the video, they'll be inspired by it. You know, is there any advice that you guys want to give?
One thing that I would say is, just be you.
Yeah.
None of us tried to be someone else. You know, we were just. It was just us. So just be yourself.
Yeah.
Let your natural persona come out. You know, that's just it. That's the only advice I have. Like, be you and be free with being who you are.
Right.
You can.
For me, the journey that we have embarked on could get lonely sometime.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fine. This is all I can say. It's get lonely, but trust me, sometime the energy is gonna be right, and the vibe is gonna bring the right people around you.
Right.
Yep.
And then you can be happy again. Okay, but don't give up when it gets lonely. Just keep moving on.
Yeah.
I want people to find solace in the fact that we share a common struggle in the whole world. You know what I mean? If you're feeling down or you're feeling things aren't going well, I saw something on South Park and someone was like, "Oh, I'm depressed and I want to kill myself." And the other guy goes, "Oh, you're depressed? Why don't you kill yourself?" He goes, "No, man. Like for me, it's a beautiful thing that I can something can make me feel so sad.
Right.
If I can feel so sad, I can also feel very happy. You know what I mean? So this for me, that is what life is. Life is about experiences, whether good or bad.
Right.
And the energy I'm hoping this song puts into the world, into the universe, as TikTok people call it, it's just gratitude, man. Gratitude doesn't mean everything is going well for you. It just means find something to be happy.
Right.
You know, have an anchor. You know, find something to be happy about. There's always beauty and happiness around you. You know what I mean? That's it.
Cool beans. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Str8Up Podcast. It's really great having you, man. I can't wait till the world hears the song. You got our full support, whatever we can do on our side, man. We here. Absolutely. My name is Berto. We got Boy. We got Awestyne. Sorry, Awestyne. We got Ikomboy in the building, man. Thank you guys so much for
big shout out, Berto. Big shout out, Audio Swim. Come on, Str8Up. You know what I mean?
Love.
Str8Up.
Peace and love.
On
Boom.